Ah, there you are. Hey, how you doing? Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Mad Shad. And this is another episode of the Zoot Report. Damn, did I not hit the button? Greetings from the Erie Coast. This is Mad Shad. And welcome to another Zoot Report. I am calling this one murder season because it is. It's murder season. Anytime that it gets warm outside, the hotter it gets, the more deadly it gets. The more fatalities, the more murder that happens, and the more the frequency of it. So, yeah. This is nothing new. This is nothing that it's not just one country like ours. China is well known for their murder season. Murder season is right now. And the way that China conducts their murder season, which is, the people, is they do a lot of traffic fatalities. A lot of traffic fatalities. They literally, if they see a flock of kids outside of school at a crosswalk, they just run right through the crowd. I know, it's crazy, but that's what they do. It is welcome to communism. They are so fucking frustrated and stressed the fuck out that they take pleasure in just running people over. They do that. It's crazy. Crowds of people. That's why you don't see crowds of people near roads, because traffic fatalities, purposeful traffic fatalities. They call it the revenge of society. The revenge of society. They would just run you over. They'll run full steam ahead into another car. Bam! Run a red light, run a stop sign, just to do it, just to fucking smash, and try to kill somebody. Yeah, murder season. Revenge of society, they call it. And the hotter it gets, the more frustrated people get, right? Now here in the United States, we our violent crimes go up. It just, that's the way it is. It gets a little warm outside. People are more active, and I don't know. I guess that lizard brain is activated, and it's fuck, fight, eat a hamburger. And if they can't fuck, if they can't fight, or if they can't fuck or eat a hamburger, then they fight. Right? So it's just the way it is. Murder season, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. Sometimes there is. Sometimes the robberies and aggravated assaults go up. Domestic violence, of course, statistically goes up this year. Fighting with your spouse, your loved one, your live-ins, they go up. Statistically, they go up. But what's on the rise is just random acts of violence here in the United States. Random acts of violence, meditated or unprovoked, or just spontaneous or premeditated. If you haven't noticed the news, there's a lot of weird shit going on that seems like a tango. Seems like somebody's like trying to do a tango. Laden a car with explosives and drive it into a building and try to detonate it. But of course, our entertainment news media, the legacy, they're not going to say much, right? They might, maybe just to create some hate and discontent with the population, but of course it has to fit their narrative, right? And if it does hit their narrative, then ding, 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 ding. Here we go. Let the ratings soar. Ha ha. We're in the money now, boys. Right. So, murder season is on the rise. Random acts of violence are on the rise. Premeditated tango actions. I mean, regardless of what they, what they do or do not report on. If somebody drives through a crowd and they've got, flags with squiggly lines on them, and they're screaming "Aloha Snack Bar," it's a pretty good bet that they're from the Jihad Society. Okay. So, I don't know. I mean, and a lot of gangs, they do their initiations this time. A lot of gangs, like, hey, jump somebody, Money Mac murder, right? And you got to go through the whole Money Mac murders. And either it's somebody on the list, or they're just driving around saying, that guy right there, random person, kill him. Really? Yep. Do it. Get some blood on your hands. Let's go. So we know the gangs, the cartels, of course, the sicarios. They do the same thing. So recruit season is also murder season, and that's when they do it. Now I could really see, like, I gotta slow down. It's raining like hell, folks. 51 degrees here, Northeast Ohio. It's cold. Well, I don't know. I think it feels good. Raining cats and dogs. But yeah, murder season is on the rise. Adjust accordingly. Anything violent, there's the, if you're in a crowd of folks, be careful of traffic. Be careful of the belly up and shivving. Somebody just walks up on you, or three people walk up on you, belly up, and put holes in you, and just quietly walk away. That happens a lot overseas. But here we love, it's all about the guns, right? It's all about that gun violence. Woo, gun violence. Although, gun violence really only constitutes for, like, I don't know, 9% of the murders committed in this country. I think the number one weapon to use in a murder is a blunt force instrument, a blunt object. Hammers. I think it was like 2000 something. Hammers made the FBI list, as the most widely used weapon. Hammers. I mean, hammers are a brutal weapon. One smack and you're smashing somebody's skull. So guns don't account for much, and they don't talk about how much guns save people. Open carry, constitutional carry, just whatever. We know that gun-free zones. There's a lot of crime there, and they know that nobody has a gun on them. So if they have a gun, if the criminal has the gun, well, guess what? He's in charge. Chances are nobody there has a gun, especially his victim. Right? And I'm not saying break the law, one could argue it's a law or not, but law of the land, Constitution says it's okay carry anyway. But check with your local law enforcement area, for areas you cannot carry. So yeah, gun-free zones, definitely don't go there. Why would you want to? Especially during murder season. Also, places that don't have cameras, right? Yeah, that's probably going to be my next subject is surveillance, the surveillance state. But there are places in the city, in the country, that don't have cameras. There's no ring cameras. There's no cameras on the red lights. Oftentimes, you see a lot of cameras on the red lights, and you got the police put up these little trailers with these like surveillance cameras everywhere in a parking lot or something, so they can try to catch somebody doing something, because there's no cameras anywhere else, right? They're not on the poles. They're usually at an intersection, because that's where your majority of their traffic violations come from. People running red lights, people crash into each other. Intersections are dangerous, so usually cameras are there. But where there's not, that's where there's a lot of crime. That's where a lot of murder happens. Any place that's quiet, destitute, nobody around, not even a business. Not like businesses are shut down, abandoned areas, shit like that. But it can also happen in the suburbs. It can also happen in your rural areas. Traffic. People get a little crazy. It's hot, right? They've been working 10-hour days. They're frustrated. They got bills to pay. Things are stressing them out. So you inadvertently fucking violate and disrespect them by cutting them off, or they cut you off and you flip them the finger. They slam on their brakes and get out the car and fucking start blasting. Like, what the fuck, man? Really? Like, it really pissed you off that much that I was pissed off that you cut me off. I mean, I've had that happen before. Not somebody blasted at me, but literally cut me off. I flipped them off. They slammed on their fucking vehicle, got out trying to yell, trying to fight. No, bro. It ain't happening. I just calmly, put my hand on my gun and make sure that he sees it. And usually walk away. I'm not brandishing a firearm. It's in my car. I often say, just go away. I don't get out of the vehicle. My vehicle is my way out. If he starts beating on the car and all that stuff, I can just drive. And if he doesn't get out of the way, then I drive over. And there you go, vehicular homicide. Boom, statistic. I may or may not go to jail. But you know what? I mean, that's the thing too about murder season. Just don't get caught up in the craziness, in the chaos, the emotional chaos. So much so that you do something rash and catch a case. If you got a chip on your shoulder and you keeps it real, right? You ain't gonna let nobody disrespect you, right? Well, you might get away with one or two beatings, murders. But eventually somebody's going to hey, you done FAFO. The FAFO rules apply. Now. Right? There's always somebody bigger, tougher, stronger, faster, smarter than you. Always. And it's hard to tell. I mean, criminals, they're pretty good at casing somebody out, profiling somebody. I usually am too, because I'm on the other end of the spectrum. I'm on the security-minded individual spectrum, where I profile people and, are they, and assign them a threat assessment. From what I can see, what they're giving me, what I know, what I feel. Sometimes you got that feeling. Like that little 4 foot tall guy over there with the hoodie on. It's 80 degrees out here. He's bulging on the side of his hoodie there. I think he's got a freaking shotgun in there, right? This motherfucker got a MAC-10, sawed-off shotgun, something. He got something. So watch that guy, right? You get these feelings. Trust your gut. Trust your instinct. Our instincts were honed for over hundreds of thousands of years to identify threats in the wild and ourselves, right? Amongst ourselves. Some people just have that vibe, they're just dangerous. They get off that vibe, and everybody's like, boot up, right? Put it on edge. But trust your guts, trust your instincts. Don't go somewhere that you're going to get in trouble. You feel like you're going to get in trouble, Usually I'm a gentleman. Usually I just let shit slide out in public. As far as like disrespect, cutting me off, people yelling at me, giving me the finger, I'm just like, I'll laugh. Shit like that. I'll let it go, right? Going about your business, leave me the fuck alone. Let me be about my way. If they press the matter, then we have an issue, right? But I can do a lot to mitigate risk, especially during murder season. Now, random acts of murder, I can't stop somebody from just driving by, just doing a drive-by on me as I'm on the highway. Just, it's like, oh, fuck. You hit, and you don't even know it. It just happens, right? Or you're just standing in line at the convenience store. Dude just comes in, just bow, 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 just blasting everybody. Death comes for us all at that point. I do what I can. You're not always going to see the threat. And that's the thing about the apex predator, mankind, is that we are the perfect ambush hunters. We have perfected that skill over all species. Not only can we ambush, but we can go bold and brazen, in your face, straight up the middle, toe to toe. But we're masters at the ambush. You never see it coming. Right? So be careful during murder season. And with economic woes on the rise, financial instability, people are going to be a lot more frustrated and aggravated and more apt to do violence. Just because it's an emotional release, right? I can't take it anymore. I got to do something, and they actually feel good about it. Like I said, China, the revenge of society. But you say, what? Why? Why China? It's a perfect communist society. They're not allowed to do violence to each other. They don't have guns. Hell, they can't even get in a fist fight. They'll get in trouble. So they have spit fights. Spitting is allowed. And that's why the traffic thing, the traffic fatalities, they can always play it off as, oh, well, it's it was an accident. I fell asleep at the wheel and drove through a crowd of kids. They can always say that. And they don't at that point, they're not thinking about the consequences. Right? That's the thing, is like crimes of passion, crimes of especially random acts of violence. There's no thought about the consequences. They're getting off on it. They're getting off on the violence and getting away with it. Just doing the act itself. Whether they get caught, I mean, you know, majority of people do get caught. That's the thing. Majority do. Investigative techniques and police, law enforcement are very special in that regard of finding out who did what. Their track record is okay. Majority of us will not get away with a murder, especially a crime of passion. Somebody's going to see it. There's always going to be a witness. There's always some kind of ties to you and the act of violence. But if there's so much of it, everybody's doing it, they can't solve them all. You know, strength in numbers, I guess you could say. They get lost in the weeds, lost in the numbers. The sheer force of it, sheer magnitude of the murder season. So yeah, keeping your head on a swivel, profiling and reading people, trusting your gut, making sound strategic decisions in your daily life, right? Like, you know, I'm probably not gonna go to that outdoor concert. I don't know. I'm probably not going to go walking downtown on the weekend at 3 o'clock in the morning. Probably not going to go to that bar. Probably not going to do that. You know what I'm saying? I like eyes. You ever just locked eyes with someone? Don't even know them. Boom, locked eyes. It's a confrontational thing. Usually hookers will lock eyes with you because, you know, they're looking for a trick. You know, they bam, they're really good at that. Like, hey, you. That's part of that predatorial thing, though. Yeah, a hooker with a predatorial stare. She will find you and lock eyes with you. That's why I like sunglasses. You can stare straight ahead and be looking to the left, looking to the right, and they don't even notice. You know. It's where I come from. It's what you looking at. What are you looking at? Why are you looking at me? I don't know. I'm looking at everything. Why? Well, you know, and boom, and there you go. It's like there's a problem. There's your fight. And fights can escalate. Just because you get in a fight, an altercation with one person, doesn't mean they don't have friends, right? They could just be sitting off to the sidelines, and as soon as you start to, you know, tussle with the guy, boom, you get hit in the back of the head. Boom, you get grabbed, thrown to the ground, brains dashed out. Next thing you know, everybody's kicking you, stomping your brains in. It happens so quick. It happens really, really quick. So, keeping your head on a swivel, keeping your wits about you, is very important. You know, in society during murder season. You never know what somebody's going through. You just don't know. Like I said, they could be having financial woes. You know, their wife left them, their dog. The wife left them, took the kids, the dog, and the goldfish. Right? And the house. I don't know. Fuck. At least give the man the fucking, you know, garage. Come on, man. Can I at least keep my man cave? No. Can I have a case of beer? No. Can I keep my big screen TV and mini fridge and my lazy boy? I mean, at least. You never know what people are going through. And I always think, okay, well, don't give them a reason to take it out on you. Wow. Second set of chickens I've seen. Free range highway chickens. I'm just trying to get home, right? I'm just trying to get home. I don't need no shit. I gotta go. Good luck to you, right? Gotta go by. You know, and keep my eyes on them and I move away. So that's the thing too, you turn your back and walk away. That's when they attack, right? Turn your back on me. Just like a dog. If you turn and run, they chase you. It's all about the chase. They got you on the run. They run you down. They got you backpedaling. Every boxer knows that. Get your guy backpedaling up against the ropes. That's it. You press the assault. Same thing in the military. The ambush and the push, the flank. Caught them slipping. So don't let them catch you slipping on murder season. And hey, yeah, I mean, you want to walk around with, you know, in this summertime with, you know, your bulletproof vest under your t-shirt. You know, you got your pistol and 25 magazines. I mean, that's kind of excessive, but hey, I don't know. Right? Backpack with your short barrel rifle or whatever in there, your SBR. Maybe you keep something in the truck. Yeah, I'd advise against that, of course. But I mean, you know, people do this. People live this way. There's a lot of people that live this way. Yeah, you're one of those people. That's cool. But it also, the thing about carrying is that you have a responsibility to mitigate risk and to be the better man and walk away from any fight. You know, if I get into a fight, if I get into some kind of altercation where I could have walked away or drove away while I was carrying a gun, and I wind up shooting that person, they are going to tear me apart in the court. So I say, like, don't catch a case, right? Because it is murder season. Everybody's got a chip on their shoulder. Maybe they're on drugs. Lots of drugs in the summer. Lots of drinking, right? I don't know if everybody was a pothead, you know, they wouldn't be fighting, but you know, that's neither here nor there. But yep, drinking, definitely violence is always around the corner, always a drop of a hat. Yep, murder season. That's every country. Every country. Mostly in your urban areas or on the outskirts. It could happen in your rural areas. You know, it's something about the human psyche. Maybe it's our annual circadian rhythms or something. I don't know. It's wow, it's hot outside. It's beautiful. Let's go kill somebody. Punk rock girl, let's have some fun. Punk rock girl, let's kill someone. Just you and I, punk rock girl. Right? Tell me in the comments who that was. What band that was. Something from the 80s. it's the youth of today, and it's every youth actually, has this angst, this just violent tendency to lash out. Hormones are crazy, their mind is not fully developed, so yeah, it's violent time. It's time to fight. It's also time to fuck too, right? So your wild oats, have a lot of fun. You're in the best possible shape you will ever be in your entire life. From your 17 to the 20s. But you're going to be a fucking idiot. That's the crazy thing. You will be an absolute idiot. Your mind is totally not developed yet. Your mind doesn't start developing totally in your late 20s. Some people into your 30s. I think I was in my 30s when my mind just started to go, you know what? You're an idiot. Like my mind said I was an idiot. I ain't paying that. And I'm still a brilliant idiot, I'd say. Brilliant idiot. But I have the wisdom and the knowledge and the experience. I often say that wisdom is doing stupid shit and surviving. I've survived a lot of stupid shit. Oh my god. Mostly on my end, but yeah, it's been some stupid shit that's been thrown at me before by other people that I've survived. So yeah, be careful of murder season. If you feel like you're in danger, you probably are, and you need to get off that X. Right? You probably need to leave. You probably need to get some cover. Get away from that road. If you're one of those people that, I learned this a long time ago, don't walk with traffic, even though you're supposed to. Walk against traffic, or bike against traffic, because motherfuckers will run you over. Motherfuckers will throw shit at you. You'll never see it coming. Bam, you're in the ditch and your head's busted. That's happened. Watch a good friend of mine. We were walking down the road, 2-lane highway in the middle of the woods. We got over. There was a car behind us. We got over, and the car did too. Tried to hit us, smashed my buddy's elbow with the mirror. Fucked his elbow all up. Holy fuck. Just one case, one instance. Yeah, it's murder season. And yeah, you want to be extremely nice to people. You want to be a gentleman. You don't have to be weak. Strength is a deterrent. If you appear weak, then you also appear a victim. But peace through strength. Don't let them take you out. Don't let them don't let them confuse your kindness for weakness, or your congenial personality for weakness. And stay aware. Stay in touch with yourself and others. Right? And don't let them catch you slipping, especially in murder season. This has been Matt Shad. Where am I at? There I am. This has been Matt Shad. Encouraging you all to continue to train, continue to prep, because we all know it's a mad, mad world out there. Skull.